I'm bringing you something quite different but still very much in my niche. Today I will be introducing you to a couple that has traveled to 72 countries in 7 whole years while living all this time in their truck. So I'm walking towards them now. There are so many animals in our camping site. Those are lots of buffaloes, zebras, and they're filming them presently. So I want to go meet them. I want them to tell us about themselves, how they met, how they decided to start traveling, the motivation behind it, and how they've remained on the road for 7 whole years without getting tired. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Fine, thank you. It's nice to see you too.
Nice to meet you also, Evaide.
Thank you, thank you. Can we know your name, please?
Of course, my name is Aldo and I'm originally from Italy. And I am 41 from Naples, the south of Italy. And this is my beautiful wife.
My name is Vera and I'm from Moldova.
So please tell us about how you met, what events led to you meeting. You know, it's not every time you meet a fellow travel partner who wants to travel the world with you. Like, I have been hoping to meet someone like that. Maybe not. Anyway. Anyway, tell us how you met, then how this journey started.
Yes, so it was long time ago. It was about like 10 years
10
now,
years
I think.
ago, yeah.
It was a Christmas night. Actually, I was in Italy. We live in England, in UK, but I was going at the time to meet my family for vacation, for Christmas, for holidays, and she was there working around that time. So after the celebrations, we all go out to wish Merry Christmas to all our friends, and she was there. So basically, she's a friend of a friend.
Oh!
And everything started for, it may sound a little bit strange, but we are together thanks to a pasta dish, because I am a chef.
Okay.
And we were talking of the food that we ate, because you must know that in Italy, when Christmas arrives, we eat like there is no tomorrow. So there are huge parties. And she said she loved this special dish that we make with clams, spaghetti with bongole, we call it.
With what?
With bongole.
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 Is the
Clams.
Italian for clams.
Oh, okay.
You know white clams? Seafood.
Bongole.
Bongole.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I said, well, I cook the best spaghetti with bongole in the world. And so she said, you know, if I don't try it myself, I never know. So I need to try it to believe it. I said, very good. Just give me your telephone number.
You were so fast.
The Italian charisma.
Okay.
So, and basically from there, then we started to see each other. I went back to England because of my job, because of working. And a few months later...
My company, I used to work in a recruitment company, international recruitment company. So after Italy, they sent me, coincidence, I don't know, or destiny, they sent me to England. And this is where everything started.
Oh my God. What year was this?
This
2014.
2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
Are they
some
fighting
action.
or playing?
They're excited because of this tour. They like our story.
They really do.
They're all excited.
Oh, beautiful.
It's so nice.
beautiful,
Honestly,
yes,
this place
it
is
is.
marvelous.
It's really peaceful and nice.
And we have it all for us.
Yeah,
That's
just for us.
a bonus point.
Okay, let's go back to the story.
Yes. So, and basically, once she came in England, we started to date, and it was on our second or third date that, you know, when you meet a new person, you want to know that person, and one of the questions you ask usually is, "What's your dream?"
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I asked her, "What was your dream?" And what was your dream? You say.
What was your dream?
You tell them.
Since I was little, I was fascinating about traveling, and I always wanted to go to Asia, for example. This different world really inspired me, really fascinated me. So I said I would like to go at least for 6 months backpacking, you know, in really economical budget way, not going to touristic places, but somewhere locally, you know, to try local food, to know about new people, their culture, their tradition. And I asked him, would you like to do this with me?
Well, my reply was, what's the problem?
Of course.
And then the rest is history.
History. And the name of history is Toto.
Toto,
Oh
exactly.
my God.
That's how we nicknamed our Toyota, Toto.
Toto, okay.
And which is also the name of a famous Napolitan comic, which I was watching the movies when I was a child, and also Toyota, Toto. So we just try to find something funny, and that's it.
Toto.
So Toto it was.
You don't want to know what Toto means in Nigeria, and I'm not telling you.
I hope not a bad word.
No, it is. Let's continue. I'm sure.
Have to tell us.
Oh, Nigerians on my comments will talk. I'm sure. I'm so sure. Okay, so when did you start the journey? Where did you start the journey? And how has it gone so far?
Of course, let's go to the map. So
Okay,
you can
cool.
also try to picture it.
I've been waiting
Okay.
for this moment, actually.
Very good. So, as I told you, we were living in England. That's the starting point back in 2016. Basically, well, we bought the car. First of all, we converted it. I'm going to show you now later in a bit. So there is a bed and few things.
I can't wait.
When the modifications were ready, we started our trip and we did all the Eastern Europe to Moldova, so to say kind of bye to our parents. And then we went up to the Norway, near the North Cap, Tromsø. We then crossed the whole of Russia when it was possible to do it, because now it's a bit complicated
The
because
famous Trans-Siberian Highway.
and from there we shipped our car to Japan, where we went to visit the first factory of Toyota. That was the first checkpoint. So because the trip started as a backpacking adventure, we did this area, China, India, Nepal and South Korea, with the backpack.
What's that?
Backpack. And also because traveling in China with your own vehicle is very expensive and poses a sort of very like strict logistical things, problems, complications. So we did that. We went to India, we went to the Everest base camp, and then after 3 months we came back to Japan. We shipped our car to Southeast Asia. So we did, you know, the usual Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia. We went to Borneo here, and then we shipped the car to Australia. We circumnavigated it. It was beautiful, one of the best highlights of the trip. We really loved the country. And then we decided to ship our vehicle from Sydney to all the way Montevideo in Uruguay, South America. This route took 2 months.
Cargo.
Yeah, cargo on a
shipping.
container shipping, because our car fits inside the container.
Okay.
We'll get to that later also, why we choose a car instead of a van. Stay tuned.
Okay.
While the car was going there, we spent about 6 weeks in New Zealand. My sister came to visit us from Italy. And then we flew to Buenos Aires. So we retrieved the car, we went to a little bit here in this part of Argentina, up to Rio de Janeiro for the carnival. And then we drove down to Ushuaia, at the end of the world, La Fin del Mundo, which is only 1,000 kilometers from Antarctica. And then we started to drive back along all the zigzagging between Chile, this is all the Patagonia, and then up to Bolivia. Then we re-entered Brazil. We had an amazing time here, because many travelers, they skip this part, but you have the Amazon, because they say Brazil is dangerous. It is dangerous if you go to capital cities and so on.
We stayed for months in Brazil.
Yeah,
In Brazil.
we made some friends in Australia. They said, when you come over, we're going to take you for a tour. And they did it, indeed.
Wow.
We've been to the Amazon forest. We went to see the jaguars.
To
We went
some
to see...
most remote places where only locals know how to get there. So we experienced Brazil like...
Even though it is known as being very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you keep thinking, if you keep listening to people about how dangerous everywhere is, you would never leave the confines of your house.
Exactly.
People just keep telling you how dangerous it is.
Exactly.
The media makes it like that. Until you get there and see it by yourself, you never know.
Exactly.
So true, so
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So from Brazil, I think you should take on.
Okay.
From Brazil, we went to Peru, then Ecuador, Colombia. From Colombia, because our car is right-hand drive, we ship our car to Mexico. Costa Rica, Nicaragua are not allowed. They have visa regulations that you are not allowed to drive with right-hand drive vehicle. So that's why we shipped to Mexico and went down to until Guatemala. So Belize, Guatemala, beautiful. We camp in front of an active volcano.
Oh my God.
Mexico, we spent 6 months swimming with a whale shark.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months in Mexico.
Oh my God, when am I going to these places?
It was spectacular. Mexico, we loved it. Then we entered United States from Baja California. We did all the national parks, most beautiful places actually. When we re-enter in Canada, we spent 1 month in Alaska, and then we took one of the most infamous and dangerous off-road to dumpster highway called to Arctic Ocean. Then we went back, we crossed Canada to New York, Niagara Falls,
Yes.
right? And then from New York, we went down until Miami, where COVID got us in 2020 March.
Most people.
I'm
Yes.
sure everybody knows that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We, at that time, we wanted to ship from Miami to South Africa and go all the way back to Europe on the East Coast. But it didn't happen. So the only option at the time that we had to ship back to Italy. And then in 2021, we, as you see, we circumnavigated, we went all around Italy. Then we went to Greece, Bulgaria, Turkey.
Turkey.
Then
Georgia.
Georgia, Armenia, Iran, we loved it for months. And then we went to Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Emirates, Oman, back to Saudi Arabia, Jordan. Israel. And a few months ago, we finally entered on our sixth drivable continent, which is Africa. And we did Egypt, Sudan. Sudan, unfortunately, we got caught in a war, and our Italian government created a corridor, humanitarian corridor for us to pass through Ethiopia. And here we are in Kenya.
It's so nice to have you here. It's so nice to have you
And
here.
we are sure it was not a coincidence meeting you because, in a few months' time, we also plan to go to Nigeria.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, the experience you'd have there, it would be
We
so
can't wait.
crazy.
So this was
Hopefully we will have an amazing time
Oh,
there.
you would have an amazing time there, I'm very sure. So I'm sure that they can't wait to see your van. I can't wait to see your vehicle. Okay, I keep calling it van. What do I call it? What do you people call it?
It's a truck camper, kind of.
truck camper,
Truck
overland
camper.
rig,
Overland
rig,
vehicle,
yeah,
yes.
expedition vehicle.
Can you tell us exactly why you decided to choose this? Because most people get to choose a van. I'm used to camper vans. Most people don't choose this. So can you give us an idea of why this was your choice?
Yes, so first of all, we did try. The first option was a camper. We actually went to several shows, and but buying a new one was out of our budget. And the used one were very old with small tires, and we said, we want to go.
Knowing that we want to go all around
Yeah.
the world, we wanted a vehicle that first of all it will be 4x4. Second, to be a reliable, strong vehicle, and better than Toyota Land Cruiser we didn't find. And
You can find spare parts
exactly,
anywhere around
exactly.
the world. Yeah.
Then we thought of shipping, knowing that we will drive all around.
At some point, the road
eventually,
will
yes,
finish, yeah.
you need to ship your car, and we wanted the car to enter inside the container, so it would be safer to ship. And another point was basically we chose efficiency and reliability over the comfort. So we didn't want to have problems and headaches during our trip. We wanted to experience, life, to have the most of adventures, instead of, when you have all the comfort of your house with you, you tend to stay inside.
True.
When you have, when you don't have it,
That's what I'm happy with this.
exactly.
Yeah.
You tend to explore, to go out, to socialize, and this was our point. We wanted adventures, and also
We like off-road,
exactly.
so we wanted to reach those places that are not easy to get there.
diesel engine
Yeah,
vehicle, which is strong. Obviously, fuel consumptions. Campers are consuming much more. They are big. They won't go
large.
to places. They are large. So
And not every parking lot. and
exactly,
everything. Yeah,
like
true.
Also, being a car, sometimes we stealth camping, and this is also why we didn't adopt rooftop tent.
yeah.
So we removed the seat at the rear and we created the bed. We want to show the bed now?
Yeah.
It's time to show the bed.
Can't wait.
Our bedroom. Okay, let's go. But before we go show you the bedroom and the living room and kitchen
toilets.
and toilet, which is basically inside there. We want to show you this. This is a little bit of our trip. So these are our photos, and there are moments like here in Kuwait, Iraq, Utah, Arctic, Colombia, Patagonia, Brazil, Turkey. So these are the photos we took, and we decided to make it as a sticker. So every time we get back here, we remember a little bit of this so long trip that made us so many beautiful memories.
I think I should do this too.
Personalized it, because you will never find a sticker that has something personal to you. But taking your photo and just writing down, the name of a place or something, it gets more nicer,
personal.
I think, personal. Yeah.
And also it gets people. The first part of the trip until to Australia, the car was basically just a normal car. We said, let's be stealth, let's not be unnoticeable. But the moment they see a different foreign registration
Not
plate.
here. In Kenya, they use.
In Kenya, yes, because it's very similar, because it's British car. So, but in other countries, first of all, we are a right-hand drive. Most of the countries we've been, they are left-hand drive. So they will recognize us anyway. If something would have happened, it would happen anyway. And we met these friends from Brazil, and they told us, when you go to South America, you put a big map, you start to put some flags, and you will see that you will attract good people. Because then the people that come to do the photos of your vehicle will push away the bad intention people, because they will not come to a car that is surrounded with people taking photos.
A car that attracts too much attention, they will not come around.
Yeah.
They don't want problems. They don't want someone to notice them. But also it attracts people that are passionate about traveling. Exactly. And we got so many invitations just from local people all around the world, just because they saw our car and they were curious to know more.
Sometimes they were waiting outside the supermarket 45 minutes, like we were doing the shopping, and they waited until we exit just because they wanted to have a chat with us, and we made some beautiful friends and friendships that we will carry forever with us.
That's amazing.
The car basically is a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. It's 19 years old, so it's not that young, but I try to keep it good. It's a 3-liter diesel engine, and there are a few modifications in the front, like a snorkel, a little winch, some protections, a lift kit. This is just to make it a bit stronger.
Okay.
But the piece de resistance is what we did inside. Are you ready?
We are ready.
Amore, I need you for the tada.
Oh, come tada, tada. Tada. Oh my God.
Very.
So basically, this is as minimalist and basics as much as it gets. It's a bed. We removed the rear seats. It was a 7-seater. And I created this bed which is 6 foot by 4. So we are not that tall, we are quite comfortable. And despite the small space, some mornings we cannot get up. And
like yesterday.
Climate like yesterday, like here, which is cold, you just want to stay inside and relax.
True.
So here we have some storage. That's 3 solar panels when we camp long term. So basically we need some electricity, a little cover when it's cold. That's the water filter. A lot of this is Vera's mom made them, like storage solutions to maximize.
Like curtains to maximize the space and to put. When you have limited space, you have to find every.
I understand firsthand.
Yeah.
I know.
So this is our, basically it goes all the way to
the front?
To the front.
front.
So how do you bring the things in front out? You have to bring out the ones at the back?
Yeah, basically we take...
in front are the things that we use the most. Something like the food, this is a camping table, this is like an air compressor in case for the tires, you want to be self-sufficient when you go to the desert.
His tools are at the back, so we use them
very rarely because it's a Toyota, so it doesn't break. So the tools can be far away. And then there is a third battery, so the front and also the water tanks that I'll show you now. So it's easy reachable. We say that everything we should really need, it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to get. Otherwise, they will be sitting there for years.
10 minutes, it's still long.
It's still long, yeah.
For me, 10 minutes is long.
If it's more, we won't take it. There are some things that I don't know how long they've been on the top of there. So, yeah.
Okay.
So this is obviously all our bedroom,
mini
all our
kitchen.
kitchen tools and jet boil, gas here.
This is a little table.
Yes.
A what?
A table
A
that
little
slides
table.
out. Here, it comes all the way here.
I have exactly this on my van. That's my outdoor kitchen. I slide it out like this.
And then we have a little leg that goes in here, it's under there, and it becomes nice and solid.
But this is like a proper proper
table.
camping table.
Yeah.
This is our chairs on top.
Do you ever use the awning?
Yes.
Yes.
So it comes out to the back.
This
Exactly.
opens all the way here, and then it can also close with side enclosures, side walls.
So basically, we can close ourselves and
Like if you want
create
to take
an
a bath
extra,
or something.
exactly.
Yeah, yes,
Create
yes.
an extra private space if we want nobody to see us.
Sometimes when it
Like
rains, when it's cold, then it closes earlier. It's quite nice actually.
Did you do it from England or added it to the?
This was added in Turkey.
I
So
have a feeling it was added.
we did some modification because
Yeah.
when we started, some things were missing. The fridge, like we didn't have a fridge until we reached Australia.
Yeah.
Then we realized that look, these people here sell like blocks of cheese of 3 kilos, and we don't have a fridge at 50 degrees. They're gonna melt.
Oh yeah.
And we were eating just cheese for 3 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because, no more.
And drinking boiled water.
Yeah, the
you
water
know,
was
because
so
it was
hot,
so hot.
you know.
Basically, we plan our trip for 2 years, so we didn't bother to transform a car too much. You know, we wanted to save money on experiences rather than investing
Yeah.
and staying inside more. So, but now it's 7 years, so.
Lots of years actually.
Yes.
Yes.
So we said, you know, let's modify it a bit, so make it a bit more comfortable. So far it works.
It's working pretty good. So on this side, we got the fridge hidden behind the passenger seat. It's a 26 liters Dometic, which we can store food for up to 2 weeks.
He's very good in, you know,
I can
making,
pack a lot
putting,
of- yeah.
packing everything.
Actually, we made a reel on Instagram, and people could not believe the things we can fit in there.
Into
so-
this fridge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a fridge freezer, so basically it can go to -18. At the bottom, it's colder, and going up, it's
warmer.
a bit warmer. So you have to store food accordingly. Yes. So, for example, vegetables or something goes up, and something that you want
Protein
more.
down.
Yes.
Makes sense.
This is our 10 liters.
Yeah, and yeah, you can see a bit
Yeah.
better the bed than under all the storage. It's all really tight packed. That's,
Maybe you should. This is a good idea
yeah.
also for our overlanders. We put this in Japan, and this is basically
A mat.
a mat that you use for kitchen, for bathroom. You know, just to put under.
floor.
But if you put in here, we put it in here because of a condensation. The temperature cold, for example, outside and inside hot creates humidity.
So is the van is it insulated? The vehicle?
Yeah, we kind of insulated inside. You
these
see
3 windows.
the
These,
windows.
yeah.
Behind.
Oh. Okay, so the windows are actually blocked.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So the hot air don't
Get
Get
out.
in.
yeah.
get out.
What
when
did you
it's
use
cold
as for insulation? What materials did you use for insulation?
No, it's just foam panels.
Oh, okay,
So we
okay.
sagomated it and put it around the windows.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But the thing with this mat,
It's that you
it's,
don't get mold under
exactly.
the mattress.
And
because
the air
it's,
circulates.
it's foam. You see, it's all nice and clean.
Here are some extra nets for our pajamas, underwear, you know, something easable to reach. And yeah, this is our like interior. Obviously the fans when it's hot. This is a mosquito net that works perfectly. Come from the other side. I will show you.
So this way, you sagomate it like the door, and you use the gasket here, the seal, to basically create the hole of the door closed.
And when you
can
open,
and you have basically a
Wow.
substantial area
All
that
through.
they can't get in. And
Do you know I'm learning so much from my own van?
Well, that's it. This is priceless experience of 7 years traveling. We started without, and
yeah.
until Thailand it was good. But then you get there, it was 40 degrees at night, very
full with mosquitoes.
full with mosquitoes. All the little insects were getting inside. So the first thing we did the second day in Thailand is to go to a window shop
Oh,
and get one of these.
amazing.
And also we have a roof window, you know, here.
Sunroof.
And basically it helps a lot because we open these 2 windows in front, and this window we also made a mosquito net, and the air circulates all around.
As
like
you know, the hot air goes up.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
So basically all the heat from inside goes high, and we stay cool.
Oh,
This is how we survive in hot temperatures.
Nice.
So basically, with fans and the air circulating, it's the same thing as you being in a rooftop tent. But we didn't want to be separated from the wheel because we went to some dangerous countries, and we, if something would have happened during the night, Aldo will just jump in front and we start the engine when we go.
If you are separated, like sometimes bands, they are not connected front and back, or the rooftop tent, if someone comes at night, you are separated from the steering wheel, there is very little you can do. So.
And also when we camp, especially wild camp, we always position ourselves, in the direction to exit. And we don't leave, we tend not to leave anything outside, just to be ready always. Because, we live on the road and anything can happen.
It's amazing. What of electricity?
Yes, I do have. There are two batteries original from the car for starters, which are 150 amperes. I did install an additional 130 ampere leisure battery gel to power these extra lights you see here, the LED lights there, and also the water pump for the shower that I'm going to show you in a minute, and all the service. Also charging our electronics.
Laptops,
Yes, but recently we also got a power station, which is a 500 watts, which we charge either with the solar panel while driving or with the mains, and we mainly use it for the computer, for the laptop, because when we make the videos for YouTube, it takes a lot of energy, and the car batteries, I prefer to leave them for the fridge and for other things. So that's a good addition. And we have these portable things also with the light you carry everywhere, and you have like a 220 volt or 110. Just wish out here there is one of the three panels, but now it's not loud. And now we're going to show you the bathroom, the restroom.
Okay.
It's just this section here. So we have two water tanks, the 25 liters each, so it's 50 liters, about 13 gallons. And under my seat there is a water pump, kind of marine type, which is connected to this shower. So we can basically take out all the hose, roll it out. And
wow.
If the weather is good, we can just have an outdoor shower. Obviously, I mean, we are naked if it's night, if it's day, we cannot. But it works quite good.
Amazing stuff.
And also we have hot water.
Yeah, hot water.
So while we drive, this 12 volt electric element that Aldo installed heats up the water. So in 1 hour and a half while we're driving, we have hot water.
Then that's the other potable drinking water. So we got 2 by 10 plastic containers, and various gallons and other bottles. In total, we have about 38 liters of drinkable water.
38 liters.
38, yeah. And
a filter, we don't, we are environmentalists, so we tend not to buy plastic bottles and consume as less as possible single-use plastic. And
so we basically go to the mains and have this filter, and we get our water like that, and it's working very good. And then we got 50 liters of normal water, fresh water for washing ourselves, the dishes, and so on. We are self-sufficient for about, we stayed also easy 10 days in the wild.
10 days.
If we have enough water.
The only thing that runs out quicker. If we camp next to a river, basically we could stay there for a month with the good dry provision, something in the fridge, solar panels, furniture, and the
water filtering,
for drinking.
We are self-sufficient.
Great.
Okay, so I'm a chef, but also a passionate mechanic. In fact, all the modification in this car I did myself. This is a snorkel that basically is used when you want to cross rivers and water and so on, but also for getting a cleaner air into your engine. So the original model gets the air from under here next to the front right tire, and basically when you are in sand, when you are off-road, a lot of debris are lifted, and the air that the engine gets is not as clean as it could be from here. That's a pre-filter, so whatever it gets in there, it gets pre-filtered and then goes there. Also it's cooler, So cooler air is good for the engine. We did cross some rivers. We have fun off-road, like I said before, but I'm glad to fit this one. I fitted this one. Then the suspensions are higher. We have Ironman 4x4. These are actually in need of replacement, which we will do shortly.
Days, yeah.
And they are Ironman 4x4. We did more than 220,000 kilometers with one set, so we are quite pleased with it.
Great.
These are Cooper tires, all-terrain tires, also very pleased with it. The first set lasted us for 135,000 kilometers, so they are durable, and we only got 4 or 5 punctures in total over 7 years, and we can't complain.
What?
They have,
In 7 years?
They
Yeah.
have armor track, or
Yeah.
how you call it?
It's like a stainless steel cage and Kevlar, and it's
Even
quite tough.
you know, sometimes we had the screws big like this. We unscrew it from the tire, and nothing happened. It didn't perforate the tire.
Then under here we have a winch. The winch is inside. It's like a rolling mechanism that pulls you out in case
Of trouble.
You get
Okay.
stuck.
get stuck.
Okay.
And it's hidden because this is the original bumper. Because in some countries, you know, when they put the metal one, they are against the law, so you wouldn't pass with your car. And then under there are some protections in aluminium that we made.
Yeah, for the engine.
Yeah, so you don't get like a stone piercing the fuel tank or such other things. And also when you touch the bottom, it's better to have a little aluminium plates that get scratched other than the vital parts of the car.
That's our second floor. That's a very good roof rack that we are very happy. We installed it in England, and it's actually very cheap. And on top we have a keeper, which is flexible.
A what?
A keeper.
It's called Keeper.
It's called
Okay.
keeper.
It's a soft bag storage solution.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you can put there whatever you want. It's waterproof, weatherproof. We've been from -30 to +65 in Iran, and it kept like wonderfully. 7 years already. We bought it from United States,
yeah.
$50. You know, so you don't have to put this extra expensive, I don't know.
And we have basically the winter clothes, which we will not need in Africa. So, sleeping bag for -20. I don't think they don't get this temperature. Maybe in the mountains of South Africa, maybe in winter. On the other side, we got 30 liters of additional fuel, additional diesel, that together with the original tank, we can drive up to 1,500 kilometers on road, and about 1,100 kilometers off road. And sometimes, where because we are in economy, we travel with very little budget. We have been filling up in a country where the fuel was cheap, and then crossing the other countries where it was more expensive without using their fuel stations. Yeah.
Nice. So that means, do you check for how much fuel is in each country before you go?
Yeah.
Yes, and also supermarkets, markets. What's in season.
I'm in charge of research.
Yeah.
So he's a driver. I'm a co-pilot. So I search where we go. First thing I
SIM card.
download an offline map of that country, SIM card, prices, supermarket, fuel stations. So I get an idea of how much it costs, and if it's convenient to store and buy some food and fuel in the country that we are before crossing. So it always helps a bit of research and being ready for the next country.
When you travel, they say $1 is like $1 million.
Yes, it is.
So you got to save everywhere. That's why we were able to travel so many years. Basically, we cut off the main costs of a trip. We are not tourists. We are travelers. So the moment you cut the expenses of transport, hotel, and restaurant, you just live the life as the locals.
True.
Some people think that we are millionaire, but we are not. We just live a very simple life of very little. And the transportista, though, the hotel, well, we sleep in there, and the restaurant, we cook, buying the local food.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes we do go to a restaurant to try the local food, traditional, and also, every now and then it's nice to go to a hotel, but that is not the main point of this trip. So travelers compared to tourists.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. I've had a great time with you. Thank you so much for the spaghetti you made yesterday.
No problem.
I am still thinking about it. Bolognese. Please check them out on their YouTube. If we want to check you out on social media, how do we find you?
So this is our channel name, Alveto Expedition, and the YouTube channel is in Italian audio, but we do have English subtitles. But Instagram and Facebook are in English, very easy, and that's where we document our trip. One more thing about this matter, our YouTube channel, it's used to fund our little charity organization. We have a small onlus, which we get this money from YouTube and plant trees and help humanitarian causes a bit all around the world. Basically, we go directly to these places,
orphanages, conservation center, like poor communities. So all the revenues from our YouTube channel goes directly here. So it's not about only traveling for us, it's about also giving. So that's why we call it Try to Give Back.
It's been an amazing time with them. Please check them out. Please follow their journey. It's not easy to do 72 countries, 7 years on the road. How long have I been on the road? There are times I'm like, this is too much. Can I go back? Thank you so much for being on this channel. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
for telling us your story.
And best of luck for all your dreams.
Thank you.
Because if you only chase them, you'll be able to realize them.
True. Thank you.
And never give up.
And what my wife always say, money
you can make, but time is irreversible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everybody for your time.
All right, bye. So I will be going back to my tuk-tuk, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.